first in the warm-ups, what we're doing is we're just gonna limber up our necks and our shoulders. So first we're just gonna put your head down and tilt it to the side, move it around. We're gonna do that anywhere from 5 to 10 times. This time I'm just doing it 5. If you wanna count, you can count. I just did 5, we'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and our shoulders, I'm gonna do 5 back and 5 forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now the key is we're gonna try to get our body flowing. So you can do those forward stretches, put your arms forward, just stretch out your back a little bit, get your blood flowing through your body, is what I meant to say. All right, and you can grab your hands from behind like this, and you push back. And that's gonna see, you'll feel it in your chest. If you stand up and start to push back, so if you bend over like this, grab your hands, right? And then you start to push it back and straighten up your body. You'll feel your chest stretch. So we'll do that at the end as well. But that is a good just 5-second hold. Gets blood flowing. You can feel it flow back into your pecs, and it's a really good workout. So, all right. So now we're gonna move our arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm a little too tall for my own basement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and we're gonna do the hugs, right? I call them sloppy hugs. I go over, and then I go under, right? So my right arm, I'm looking at my right arm goes over, and then my right arm goes under my left arm. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and you can keep going. 10 will get you there, but I sometimes just keep going, right? So you can keep up with it, or you can just, start moving. So next thing we're gonna do, so really we got a good chunk of our bodies warmed up. You can do a quick stretch here, and these are good stretches to do at the end as well. And I just like to, because we're doing push-ups, sometimes my wrists get a little funky. So take my hand, right? I'll grab it here, and I just kind of pull back a little bit. Hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. You're gonna be good. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Same with this other hand. Take it, stretch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just pull a little. All you gotta do is you just pull it till you feel a little bit of tension. You don't have to hurt yourself. Just till it feels a little bit taut. All right. Okay. So now we want to really get our blood flowing. You can do high steps. Like if you were watching any of the preliminary program, we do high steps. And the reason why I do high steps is because if you run in place, which you can run in place, but some people have really bad knees, all right? And if we're in the preliminary and the beginner program, I'm assuming that maybe you haven't done a lot of running, or maybe you have, or you just need to get back into it. But it's a good way to step the pace up again. So, pardon me. So we're gonna run in place, or you can do high steps, right? And this is just to get blood moving and flowing, okay? Another thing you can do, then just move your feet up and down like this, every other one, okay? You're gonna feel it in your calves a lot there, but the point is to get your blood flowing. If that's a lot for you, just do lift ups on both sides, okay? Lift ups on both sides. And we're gonna be doing these for a couple minutes. You're gonna feel in your calves. You're actually gonna get a hell of a calf workout if you do that for 2 minutes straight. So doing this, just lifting up your heels onto the balls of your feet is really good. Or, do this, change it up in the middle of it. And then you get tired of that, go back to that, okay? And then you can also switch it up. You can go back to high steps, try to get up to your waist. Hold your hands out. Once your thighs hit your hands, you get that going, okay? Or jog in place. The point is we get this going. If you're feeling really daring, jumping jacks, okay? But really, it's the timing of running, high steps, your switch foot, your flippy floppy foot, whatever, or your calf raises, okay? And these are things that are just keeping their blood moving. You switch them up, you keep them going 2 to 4 minutes. If I've gone too short for you on the whole warm-up, because really it's gonna be about 5 minutes anyway, then you go ahead and pause it, but we don't need a whole lot of warm-up time. All right, we'll get started on the push-ups. We have week 2, day 1. All right, guys, week 2, day 1. We have sets 1 is 3 push-ups, set 2 is 5 push-ups, set 3 is 2 push-ups, set 4 is 2 push-ups, and set 5 is 5 plus. That's what I was talking about. So we're taking a step back. We're only going to do we're only doing 2 push-ups for a couple sets. Now we had a couple breaks, so we challenge ourselves, and we know exactly what we can do for 2 sets. We challenge ourselves, take a step back, do those 2 that we definitely know we can do. But we do those after we've already done a couple. We've done 1 that's average. We do 1 that's more than we've done before. We do 2 that we know we can do, and then we do our towards failure, right? So it's 5 plus towards failure. So that's actually a common or not uncommon way of doing workouts, sets and build up. You could actually, honestly, if you get this book, and there's multiple pages that will be beginner programs, and so you'll have like 3 sets of the beginner program in the book. You have 4 sets. You can actually take this and take it off push-ups. You can actually do it and just say, this is gonna be my bench. I want this as a bench record. So you say, I'm gonna bench this much weight, and this is how I'm gonna do it. And you could actually challenge yourself with that as well. You do it with leg. I mean, you could honestly use this book for a number of different workout possibilities, sit-ups or whatever. I'm thinking of actually doing a different type of ab routine exercise. I know I don't necessarily look like I have the greatest abs in the world. There's a guy, awesome guy, his name's Tim. You know what, let's do our first set and I'll get back to it. All right, you guys know me. If you've been staying long, I'll talk forever. So, pardon me, set 1 is 3 push-ups. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so Tim, he owns his own gym, and so 3 push-ups for set 1. He owns his own gym, and him and I were actually doing some performance classes together and acting, and we had both actually ended up being in a movie with Adam Driver called White Noise, and the casting director put us in. We were in a class together. It just happened to be. Well, that casting director liked doing planks in the middle of the day. She would just stop and say 5-minute planks. Now, I was definitely even bigger then, and he's just fit. He's a fit dude. He was in the gym. He gets to work out all the time. He's very health conscious, far better than I am. He's just such a nice guy, Tim is. He has a crazy story. He had cancer, so he's far more health conscious than I am. He has 4 kids, whatever. Either way, because I could do 300 ab exercises, even though I looked big, I could sit there and I would do 150 crunches. I could do them very easily. And then I go and do crunch machines. And then I do legs, and I do like bicycle legs, abs, and I do jackknives. He can plank for 5 minutes, no problem, and I can keep up with him. The thing is, I get really sweaty real quick, so I stopped because but I stopped at like 3 minutes, and I could have kept going easily. So, point is, you can use this to get there as well. All right, set 2 is 5 push-ups. All right, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So yeah, again, if you wanted to take another one of these charts, and on the off days, you can do the ab version of this as well. Okay. So do a crunch, do a jackknife, find out what ab exercise you want, start building to it. And again, as you go through with the advanced programs or with the beginner program, you're going to get to over 100 ab exercises during that day. If you go through the advanced program, you're going to get to like 375. So
it's 375 push-ups, but again, you can use it for abs, you can use it for leg lifts, you can use it for whatever you wanted. I recommend these mainly for calisthenic workouts, body weight workouts, things like that. But hey, you know what? To each his own. Just don't hurt yourself. Be safe. Know your limits. Set three is 2, set 4 is 2, and then set 5 is 5. So, yeah, but because I was able to follow kind of that rhythm, the rhythm of sets and reps and this, I was able to keep up with this guy. And some people were kind of like shocked. I remember somebody said, well, man, I didn't expect that out of you, which is fair. I do not look like your typical ripped guy. Yeah, I don't look like I have a lot of muscle because I've had a lot of fat covering that muscle for a long time. All right, set 3 is gonna be 2. Ready? 1, 2. All right, there we go. 2. All right, so just a normal, everyday average guy helping you get to 100 push-ups a day. Okay, so here's a cool thing, right? At the end of last week, we did 17 push-ups in that day. Now, if you kept up with me, you did the 4 at the beginning, and then you did the 18. But beginning of this week, we're starting, and by the end of today, you're gonna have 17 under your belt. That's not necessarily consistent through all the charts. It's not necessarily like that same format, but sometimes it's a little bit less on the first day, actually, now that I look at it. But yeah, it's kind of a cool way to progress, because it's kind of, you might take one little step back, or you might stay at the same level, but then you're gonna rocket yourself forward, okay? And you'll see by the end of this second week, you'll have 63 push-ups for the week. Now, if you've been keeping up with the first week and the second week, by the end of these 2 weeks, you would have done 98 push-ups for the whole program at the end of the second week. So again, if you started out only doing 1 to 3 push-ups, you're starting out with this. That's a great number, guys. That's awesome. That means we're moving forward and we're making some progress. So let's do set 4, make some progress, okay? Set 4 is 2 push-ups again. I'm gonna do them with the fists because my wrists get a little tender here. So 1, 2, that's it. All right, 2 push-ups, awesome. Okay. So I have to figure out how to edit the video also, just so you can see the sets lined up, because I am aware that I talk. I sometimes, I can get lost in my own story. It's like I'm kind of like Michael Scott from The Office. If you've ever seen that at times, where I'll get so excited about what I'm saying that I forgot what I was trying to say. So anyway, I want to put the timestamps on here and edit that. I got to figure out how to do that, so then you can actually have a broken up. So you can have an actual broken up piece where if you see that the rest seems longer than 60 seconds and you just want to jump to that and time yourself and move forward and get past it and get on with your day, then you can just jump to it, okay? And also that's a good metric for me to measure if you guys are jumping forward, that it's probably time for me to shut up. Or maybe not. Maybe you guys will love all my stupid anecdotes throughout this thing. I know they're weird. I don't take myself too seriously. I know I'm odd. I know I'm awkward sometimes. But hey, I'm confident in that. So we'll keep going. All right. So set 5. Okay, set 5 is going to be 5 to failure. Now we did 5 push-ups earlier. We took our dip down into 2 per set in the last couple, and now we're gonna push forward and just blast through 5 push-ups, okay? And that's gonna be the end of day 1 for push-ups. You gotta get back to stretching, so remember that as well, okay? Always stretch at the end of your workouts, guys. Always stretch. You'll feel much better the next day. You'll feel better than if you don't stretch. Okay, so we're gonna get set up here. We're gonna do 5 push-ups. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. So I've been out of shape for a little too long. At that fifth one, it starts to hurt. Now I've been able to, I could probably push forward and do 10 to 20 if I really wanted, I guess. But it's kind of a different feel for me sometimes. So let's see. Total 17. You guys did 17 push-ups today if you kept up. That's pretty awesome. Now, again, so your max, there's a max column there. So if you went to failure, I would put your max number there of how many you're able to do at one point. And that's actually good because you can it'll help you look back and say, oh, I was able to do 5. So next week, or not next week, in a couple days when you start at 3 and you see 5, 3, 3, you'll have enough confidence to know that you can blast through those first 4 sets no matter what. And then set 5 of in a couple days will be 6, and you're like, okay, there's only one more. It's a mental game. All of this is mental. So get past those mental breaks. All right, we're gonna jump on to stretching. Right before we move to stretching, like, subscribe, comment. Look down the bottom in the description, get the book. It's gonna help you track this. And there's like 5 years, I'm not even joking, like almost 5 years worth of workouts in there. So you have you have a path for the next 5 years to be in awesome shape with push-ups and to be pushing yourself to new levels. Again, like, subscribe, comment, get ready for stretching. It's a good way to end your workout, and it's nice and relaxing too. All right, see you at the stretch. All right, guys, we're just gonna start off with the stretching. We're gonna do the hug ourselves. We love ourselves, right? They're big old slappy, floppy hugs. Very simple, right? I say right hand over unders. As you know, and that's just right hand going over the left and going under the left, right? Yeah, keep that boy going. All right, we can move our shoulders back again, right? Get that going. Just kind of do it in a nice, relaxing way. You go, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Some of your stretching is going to be a little bit of a cool down, but you're also going to feel a little bit of that body heat still. Okay, so we're going to keep going like that as well. And then, the good stretch, after you get done with that, you're going to feel it in the wrists. So we're going to hold that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of get a little extra there, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Also, just keeping your body moving like this, right? Shaking it out. Like going. All right, we're gonna put our arms up. We're gonna pull, stretch there. Okay. It's just a little bit of a five breather. Sorry, my halter top's popping out again. Again, it's arm up, arm behind back, and we just kind of give it a little bit of a pull. And sometimes I lean. 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay. Now, again, for your back, you can grab your hands, you put them together, and you push forward like you're driving a steering wheel, and you push your neck back. And that can really, you'll feel that in your shoulders and the top part of your shoulders here, and here. Another good one for the back and those, for the back right here and right here, is you're gonna take your arms, make them like a W, and squeeze back, push your head forward. Oh man. Sometimes I'll loosen my shoulders, man, but that feels really good. You can actually feel a little bit of heat rise in that. Okay, and always keep your neck loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, those are some good stretches. Another thing we can do is just kind of lean lean to the side, and you'll feel it here, okay? Feel just a good stretch there. Just lean to the side a bit. Okay, and my personal favorite is a nice little back forward. So I put my hands up, put them up, and all I do is just slowly bend forward. And it's gonna be, you know, one piece of your spine at a time. Just slowly bend down and breathe out. And slowly pull back up. Sometimes I do that twice, you get a good back pop. And that is a great way to end any workout. All right, guys, you have a good one. Come back, I guess, in a couple days, and we'll do this. Or if if you want to start from scratch, check out our preliminary program. We have that for you too. Awesome. Have a good one.